dun. Do do do. Do do do. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Hello, taco shop. How are you? Let's see. You're doing great? Me too. Perfect. Okay. First day we have is the 23rd, so let's just get to that. And we are quick simming all the leagues, you say? All the leagues. Okay, so we got Bauer in the house. We'll start us off. We got the Apex versus the Rougarous. Do that. Looking here, looks like the Rougarous are gonna shut out the Apex at 9-0 here. No multi-hit games really going on for the Apex. Over on the New Orleans side, we got a 2 RBI game from Bonanza, 3 for 4, 4 RBIs for Beauregard, among others. 3 for 4 game for Geronimo. Golden Grams with the loss. McDougal getting the complete game shutout, so good for them. Despite Beauregard being player of the game. We got Shoe in the house. We got Mouse in the house. Yeah, good win for NOLA. I mean, both teams are kind of still developing, so it's cool to see that that NOLA is able to pull out a strong game here. Good pitching performance. Move on. Got Outer Banks Aviators beating the Providence Crabs to get their 20th win on the season. Just a hair above 500. 6-2 here. On the Outer Banks side, we have a 3 for 4 game, or 3 for 4 2 RBI game from Cannon, 2 RBI game from Meridian. Looking at the pitching, Ray's Funk gets the win, Boma with the save, and Finesse Insider with the loss. Player of the game is Kosberg and Cannon. We got LBG in the house. Alrighty, we got LBG's team, the Raptors here versus the Sloths. Both teams here very strong and 2 strong pitchers on the mound. Let's see what happens. And the Sloths are going to take this one 4-1 here. They continue to stay hot. Looking here on the San Antonio side, we got a 2-2-2-2-2 line score here. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 walks, 2 runs for Nick Wilson. Pitching, Biscuit gets a loss. He goes 6 innings. Flowers with the win and Shinkansa with the save. Player of the game is Nick Wilson. And I believe we have some minors games to go through. That we do. We have the 66ers and the Hepcats very close in the standings. And the 66ers are going to take this one to tie it up. Both teams at 18 wins. 66ers getting a hit in the top of the 9th to make it a 3-2 game. Here we get a 2 RBI game from Brady, which must be the difference here. Hodge getting a 2 for 3 2 RBI game as well. Miller goes 7 innings, but the win goes to Shoe. On the Kansas side, Dion goes 7 innings as well, but LaRue with the loss. Player of the game is Dylan Hodge. Alright, we have the Kingpins and the Dynamos, and Dynamos are going to take this one 7-4. It's a lot of RBIs down the line for Chicago, but nothing big. 3 for 5 game for Mouse. Over on the Dallas side, we got a 2 RBI game for Avon, 2 RBI game for Fox. Pluto going 3 for 4. Wooler with the loss, Farnworth with the win, and Wheatfall with the save. Player of the game is Johnny Pluto. Let's see here. We have the Wheelers and the Dillos, and the Wheelers are gonna let's tie it up here with the Dillos. That's what I was trying to say. 5-4, despite the Dillos trying to come back in the bottom of the ninth, scoring 2 to make it a 5-4 game. Looking at the Anchorage side, we have a 3 for 5 2 RBI game from Twift, and a 4 for 4 2 RBI game from Finelli. On the Dillos side, a 3 RBI game from Bonell, but just not quite enough. Font getting the win and Carlton with the save. Sims gets the loss, and player of the game is Joe Finelli. Last but not least, we have the Swift Steeds and the Mounties, probably the farthest apart in record of any of the teams in the league. And we'll go ahead and do that. And the Swift Steeds shut out the Mounties 3-0. Looking here, we get a 2 for 5, 1 RBI game from Haka Haka, and there's that Danny B with an RBI as well. Over on the Kingston side, Jimbo Slice goes 4 for 5, but not able to do anything at all with it. Interestingly enough. You need to calm down, getting the win with a 6 1/3, no runs. Jader with the save. Greer gets their 5th loss despite going 7 innings with 3 earned runs. And player of the game is you need to calm down. It appears like the Mounties can't get any luck at all this season, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's see. All right, next we have Detroit at Cancun for game number 1. All right. Where are you? All right. Before we get into this game, anyone know how the Swifties Mounties game went? It just happened. It was a shutout, 3-0 SLM. Yeah. Just can't get it. Can't get any offense out of the Mounties for whatever reason this season. It's pretty rough. Okay. I'm trying to find my stream notes. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Detroit versus Cancun. Looking here, Demon Toros faced once in the playoffs, with the Toros winning the series 3-2. Toros are currently 15-1 at home. The Demons are currently last in runs scored, average, OBP, and OPS. The Toros are leading the league in all those categories. The Toros will send striker spin rate, who holds the record for single season postseason ERA with a .48 and 37 in the 3rd innings in season 19. Demons pitcher Ricky Vaughn holds a 3.24 ERA at home. However, on the road, that total balloons to 7.08. We have some more notes if I scroll down a bit. It's the 3rd game between Detroit and Cancun on the season. In the season opener, striker spin rate through 7 innings, giving a 1 run and a 4-2 win. Anthony Bauer's currently played 33% of the season and has already tied his home run totals and surpassed his RBIs from last season. Cancun has only won one of the last 5 games striker spin rate has started. Cancun has scored 5+ runs in 9 of their last 10 games. Detroit has scored 5+ runs in only 8 of 38 games this season. And last but not least, Cancun is one of 2 teams with all left-handed starting rotation, the other being Kashima. There are no all right-handed starting rotations. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm gonna have to put the what do you call it, the out of town scoreboard in when I get a chance. Oh, what are these angles? That is awkward. Okay. Okay, and let me do things quick. Blimp camera. Okay, interesting. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's kind of bugging. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, that's an awkward angle. It's like very zoomed in. Let me see if I can work on that. Wide camera. Behind the mound. That feels like that would be... Let's try that. Sure, I'll do that. These angles are just really awkward. This whole park. I'm trying to like figure out what I want to do. Maybe wide low. Let's try wide low. That kind of looks better, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that there as we get a diving catch by the center fielder for out number 1 in the bottom of the first. Ground out by Salmons, and Steele will fly out to right field. Through some places don't have a center field close cam, and some do, and that's usually what I use for pitching. Mountain quick there with a strikeout. Mo Willis now does the same. We'll have Nicholson Dimes up now, and they're going to hit one up the gap for a single. First person view from the batter. I think we can actually do that. I want to see that. That would be something. Ooh, that might be a home run. And it is. Jose Tentacion hitting a 2-run shot to make it 2-0. Pop out there by Carter. And that's off the wall for Fitted. He's going to get at least 2, and he will. Cade Munson. Oh, it's a stolen base attempt at third. They're going to get there in time. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out here, as Munson is going to fly out, but it should be enough for the runner to advance, so it is 3-0. Up the middle there for Hotman to get on base. Revin Knox now. Knox down the third base line, but they're going to beat out the throw, so we got a runner in scoring position, 2 on here with 2 outs. But a fly ball from Tilapia Salmon should end the second inning, and it does. So Cancun scores 3 runs, and it's 3-0. Del Lazaro debut sim. You bet. Actually, I just noticed this is like in the way now. No. That's not what I wanted. Oh, God. That's not good. What did I change? Okay. No, I clicked the button. There. Ooh, and they're going to hit Victor Herrera, so he'll be on base with 2 outs. Jake Grins down the third base line, but they beat out the throw, so again here, this time for Detroit, 2 runners on. 3 runners on now with a walk, loads the bases. Charlie Law Jr. is going to strike out looking. So spin rate gets out of a jam, and it stays 3-0. High fly ball by DJ Steele is good for out number 1. Anthony Bauer drops it right in front of the catcher, throws first and gets the out. Jose Tentacion ground out to the shortstop. Dodgers scored 11 in the first inning. WTF OOTP. Wait, what? Oh. Well, don't worry. The Dodgers will find a way to choke that like usual. Ben Stack of Paper strike out. So it's still 3-0 here. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Is Kershaw pitching? Isn't Kershaw like injured or something? I thought he was injured, like he had back spasms or something. Ooh, stolen base attempt by Fitted is going to be in time. So he'll get the base. But Munson advances the runner to third, but gets thrown out at first. And it won't matter as the batter, Tanner Hotman, grounded out. I couldn't see who it was for a second. Microphone's kind of in the way. Yeah, apparently they did. They're on a pace to score 99 runs tonight. According to some baseball head on Twitter. Stretch Armstrong hits into the fielder's choice. Victor Herrera strikes out. Fly ball by Grins is going to be caught for out number 3. Score looking like a PBE spring training game. Yeah, you could say that again. Oh, whoa, down the line, that might be a triple for Knox. Oh no, they're just going to stop at second despite the throw being very late. Tilapia Salmons with the walk, so 2 on here, no outs. Steele with a strikeout for out number 1. Anthony Bauer will strike out, so 2 outs now. Still 2 on. Jose Tentacion hits a fly ball to left field, and that should be out number 3. Oh, it's one of those games, Danny B. I can see that happening. Neither team's gonna figure out how to pitch tonight. I'm more interested. Has the Tampa Bay Houston game started yet, or did that already happen? I don't know the times. I haven't watched like any of the games. I'm just waiting for the World Series. 8 EST. Yeah, I'm more interested in seeing if the Astros get swept, because the Astros are terrible. Yeah, I'll support the Rays even if they did beat my team in the wild card last year. And that's going to be a line drive off the wall in left field. So, Fitted with a double, having himself a game. Munson will strike out. Tanner Hotman to the wall in right field. That's going to score the runner from second. He's going to go for 3, and the throw is going to be nowhere close. Make it 4-0 here. Objectively funniest result would be Strohs over the Dodgers. I mean, I think it would be more funny if it was Tampa Bay over the Dodgers, because like a team with no fans and no payroll versus the team with a massive payroll and a bunch of fans. It's like, I don't know, I want Tampa to win everything, to win it all, but I'm also like, you guys are just doing what the A's are doing, and the A's can never get it to work, so why do you guys get it to work? And Salmon's up the middle there for a single. Danny Nguyen into pitch. DJ Steele is going to hit a home run. 2-run shot. Make it 6-0 here. Was that Bauer? I thought it said Steele. Okay, I guess I'm not paying attention. Whack. Angels' budget has to be 3 times that of the Rays. I wouldn't say that. I think even the poorer teams in baseball are still spending like 80-90 million. I'm thinking Angels are probably like in the 150 range, 180 range, something like that. So maybe like double, but probably not more than that. I mean, even the A's payroll is like 90 million. So, although they're not the cheapest team anymore, probably a little more. I don't know. Because I remember seeing a thing when the Yankees in 2018 were like 180 million. I don't know what they are now with Cole and all that, but like, I'm assuming most teams aren't spending over 200 million. I would think like maybe the Dodgers could be at like 210. Like they're probably the richest team right now. Rays are at 28 million? That can't be right. There's no way they're at 28 million. How are they paying all those pitchers? Toros beat the Demons 6-0 here. Looking here, we get 2 RBIs from Bauer, 2 from Tatasio, and 3 for 4 game from Fitted. A couple RBIs from Munson and Hotman each. Vaughn with the loss goes 6 innings, 5 earned. Spin rate with the win goes 8 2/3, no earned runs, 14 strikeouts. And of course, player of the game. Angels are at 56 million. Are you sure you're looking at those numbers right? That can't be possible. I don't think there's a single team under like 60 million in payroll. Yeah, if it's prorated, that's something different, I guess. Yeah, you'd have to like extrapolate that to a full season, because that's kind of weird. Yeah, because those numbers aren't really like legit if you think about it, because obviously that's not what they're gonna pay in a normal season. Crabs walking off the Aviators here, 6-5. It looks like a Mike Litteris hitting a run-scoring single. Let's see, we got a 3 for 5, 3 RBI game from Litteris. Good for them, and a 2 RBI game from Stevens. Farias with the loss. Arcadius Garcia goes 6 innings, but Wilson getting the win. Player of the game is Mike Litteris. Tampa's at 69 million if it was a full season. Are you sure about that? I feel like that can't be right. Rougarou beating the Apex 8-4, scoring 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Let's see, we got a 2 for 4, 2 RBI game from Beauregard, and a 3 for 4, 3 RBI game from Geronimo. No hands with a loss and the blown save. Potato getting the win for New Orleans. DeMarco with a save. Beauregard is player of the game. Yankees are number 1 at 242. Wow, I'm gonna guess that like most of that's Cole, because I know they were lower before, but that was when like all their guys were brand new, like Judge and whatnot. But then again, I think Judge is still on a rookie contract, isn't he? I don't know. Scorpions beat the Foxes 5-3. 2 RBI games from Sim and Lefebvre. Kashima side, we get a 2 for 3, 3 RBI game from Rove. Balkan with the win, Lung with the save, Suppian with the loss, and Rove is player of the game. Vandals walk off the Supernovas and extras 4-3. 2 RBI game from Herb Sessions. Looks like Ash Dragging hitting a solo shot for the walk-off. Von Adler with the loss. Ripspot with a blown save, and Johnson getting the win despite Lemieux going 7 1/3, and Lemieux gets player of the game. 2019 total payroll, and Tampa Bay did last 64. I don't know. Where am I looking here? Oh, we have a 14-inning, 1-run game between the Voyagers and the Stars. 19 hits, but just 1 run. Looking here, looks like Crunkleton going 2 for 4 with the sole RBI. O'Sullivan getting the win for New York, despite Slothface going 7 innings. Every pitcher here going multiple innings without runs, so their pitching staff's probably fairly happy about that. Johnson goes 7 innings, no earned runs with 11 strikeouts, but the loss goes to El Charo. Player of the game is Taylor Johnson. 100 geese ties the national regular season extra inning game record for strikeouts with 5. All right. Last but not least, the Sloths beat the Raptors 6-3, scoring all 6 runs between the 6th and 8th innings. We got 3 RBI game for Poe. Kaya with the loss for Boise, and Manbro getting the complete game win. And player of the game is Dude Manbro. '66ers beat the Hepcats 3-2. We have a 4-for-4 game from Lane, and then RBI each from the heart of the lineup. Daly with the win, Shoe with the save, Hammersmith with the loss, and Jake Daly player of the game. Swift Steeds beat the Mounties 10-3. Nothing at all working for this team. Drozdoff is apparently going 3 for 5 with 6 RBIs, and then Alomar are adding 4 of their own. Interestingly enough. Pitching, Tam goes 5 2/3, but the win goes to Ladelpha. Mazeroski with the loss. Cyan and Black with a blown save. Player of the game is Dom Drozdoff. Kingpins beat the Dynamos 7-0. 3 RBI game from D. Cesar. Pitching, Gonzalez gets the win, goes 9 innings, no earned runs. McDonald with the loss. Player of the game is Todd Gonzalez. Last but not least, Wheelers and the Dillos. Wheelers win. Oh, what the? Wheelers win 7-4. It's hard to see. Oh, there we go. 5 RBI game from Antonelli on 1 hit. Interestingly enough. Pressing with the win, Roach with the save, Sandwich with the loss, and Antonelli is player of the game. Next we have Kashima versus Detroit. Or, no, Death Valley. I can't read. Let's see. Death Valley is 16-4 against left-handed starters, of which Kashima's rotation is entirely left-handed. Scorpion Foxes is a rematch of opening day where Death Valley sweep the 4-game series. Ryan Lupe is tied for the league in lead. I don't know why that's backwards. And hit by pitches with a 4. Death Valley has the league leader in WAR the past 2 years, but no one in the top 5 this season. Sim is currently leading the team with 2.1 WAR and has gone 3 for 14 with 2 home runs against Kashima this season. Oakwood Stud has been the best hitter for Kashima this year, leading the team in WAR. Oakwood's also scored the first run in Kashima Fox's history. Where are they? Okay. What are these angles? You just have floating stands. Okay. Why are they all changed? This is weird. And we are going to start off with a solo home run from Oakwood Stud to make it 1-0. Ulysses Rove will ground out the third. Vidal Valor grounds up to the shortstop. And it's out number 3. Sim will fly out to right field for out number 1. Elliot Lefebvre up the middle for a single. James Love to the gap in left field. It's going to score 1 as they get a stand-up double. And it's going to be tied 1-1 here, Death Valley and Kashima. Strikeout by I.M. Fullman. First name, last name now. We'll ground out to the second baseman. Niz Hamed over the third baseman's head for a single. William Stone, 2-run homer. Make it 3-1. Again, past the third baseman. This time it's Cladera for a single. Still no outs. Saki drops that in the left field, so 2 on here. No outs, runner in scoring position. Miyazaki is going to load the bases. No outs. Lupe up to bat. Lupe will strike out Oakwood Stud, who homered in their last at bat. Won't do it that quite that far this time as they fly out to shallow right field. Ulysses Rove, though. Oh, diving catch by the center fielder. Scores about, or saves about 2 runs from scoring, and it stays 3-1. Looks like Fullman really stretching out there to sell out and save a few runs. Cologne hitting a double, and it's going to actually score a run. The runner from first base scores, so it's 3-2. So up the gap there. Runners on the corners, no outs. LaFleur up to bat, and LaFleur as it was over the wall, but it's ended up going to just be a double and tie the game there with a RBI. 2 runners in scoring position as Sim is going to get a single to score run number 4. So runners on the corners again with still no outs. Should be out number 1, and the throw not going to be in time, so it's going to be 5-3. Stolen base attempt is successful, and with a double by Love is going to score run number 6 for the for the Scorpions. Fullman to the pitcher. That was the first. That's out number 2. First name, last name in the gap in right field. A double is going to score run number 7. Orem grounds out to the first baseman. Finally, for out number 3, go to the top of the third. Towering fly ball by Vidal Valor is going to be caught. Nez Hamed will walk. William Stone strikes out looking. Cladera grounds out to the first baseman. So 3 outs, and we go back to Death Valley up 7-3. Cologne up the middle for a single. Smitty Springfield, he's going to get beamed by the pitcher, so 2 on here, no outs. LaFleur will strike out for out number 1. A walk for Sim. Lefebvre walks, so bases loaded walks, scores a run. 8-3. Just one out here with Love up to bat, hitting .312. And they're going to add a couple of RBIs on here, as it's going to be 10-3. Fullman with a walk, loads the bases again here, still one out. First name, last name up to bat, leading the team in RBIs. And they are going to get one there on the fielder's choice. I think that's an RBI. 11-3. As Orem grounds out to the third baseman for the third out. Lefebvre. Sasaki is striking out. Miyazaki now will strike out as well. 2 outs here, nobody on. Lupe up to bat. And Lupe, weak contact to the third base side, but it's enough for them to leg out a single. Oakwood Stud does the same, but this time to the shortstop, so 2 on here. With Rove! And that's out of here. 3-run homer. Not done just yet, 11-6. And a magical looping ball by Valor appears in the first baseman's glove for out number 3. Springfield flies out to the center fielder, LaFleur. Full count will walk. Sim now. Sim down the third base line. Oh, but it's a fumble bumble by the third baseman, so runners are safe. Lefebvre is... Oh, so they don't score on the single. So that might end up coming to bite them in the butt, as Love is going to fly out to deep center field. Oh, why is it still on? Oh, that's... Wow, like... barely skirting the line there for William Stone. I've never seen that before. But he'll get hit into a fielder's choice. Or no, not Stone. Hamed. Stone hits in the fielder's choice. Cloudera flies out to the center fielder. Sasaki with 2 outs will walk. Miyazaki in front of the center fielder that might score a run. And it does. 11-7. Game not at all over yet. Okay, I guess they threw the runner out at third. Apparently they got the runner out at third, despite the fact that they looked very safe. 2 walks in a row here for Fullman and last name. No outs here. Orem hits a fly ball to left field for out number 1. Strikeout by Cologne. Springfield with 2 outs at 2-1. And Rove, the greatest shortstop in history, fumbles the ball there, but a run does not score. And a walk by Evans allows LaFleur to get an RBI as Fullman scores. 12-7 here. Sim up to bat with bases loaded, no outs, and they'll strike out. Ryan Lupe. Full count. That one's hit deep. And that's out of here. 427 feet. Make it 12-8. As Oakwood Stud will ground out to the second baseman. Rove now hits a towering fly ball to left field, or right field. Why did I say left? Anyway, it's out number 2. And a ground out by Valor to the first baseman is out number 3. You need to calm down. I mean, you had to tell us as Lefebvre hits a solo shot to make it 13-8. Strike out there for Love. Fullman. Shortstop runs past the pitcher to get the out there. And first name, last name strikes out for out number 3. 13-8 here. Still plenty of baseball left. Nez Hamed will drop that towards left field with a double on a hit off the wall. William Stone with a runner in scoring position. Advances the runner, and they're going to get thrown at first. Cladera with one out will strike out Sasaki now. Runner on third, 2 outs, and they will strike out. So not able to score there. Pazuzu in the house. Orem grounding out to the second baseman for out number 1. Willie Colon grounds out to first base. Smitty Springfield with 2 outs. Excuse me. Line out to the second baseman. We go to the top of the 8th. Top of the order due up here in a moment for Kashima as Miyazaki strikes out. Ryan Lupe. Line drive to the left fielder. Oakwood Stud with 2 outs is going to ground out to the shortstop. So once again, not able to score after scoring in 5 of their last 8 innings. Peter LaFleur will strike out. And off the wall in right field for Sim is going to be a double with the 1 out. Elliot Lefebvre will strike out. James Love with 2 outs and a runner on second will do the same. So Kashima still in this game, but they're going to have to score a few runs if they don't want it to end here. Starting off with a single up the middle by Rove. Vidal Valor now, full count. Is going to strike out looking for out number 1. Nez Hamed does the same for out number 2. William Stone will strike out. So 3 straight strikeouts from Lemon. And Death Valley wins 13-8. Look at here. We have 3 RBIs from Rove, 2 RBIs from Stone. Over on the Death Valley side, we get a 3-for-5 game from Sim, 3-for-4, 3 RBI game from Lefebvre. Love with a 3-for-6, 4 RBI game. Last name with 2, LaFleur with 2. Since when was Rove on Kashima? Since Kashima became a team. Not a single pitcher for Kashima goes more than a couple innings, interestingly enough. Vasala with the loss. Harry Styles goes 5 innings, gets the win. Player of the game is Elliot Lefebvre. Demons beat the Toros 6-2. They scored 3 in the top of the 9th, but they didn't need it. 4-for-5 game from Armstrong. 2 RBIs for Grins and Law each. On the Cancun side, just a couple of RBIs here and there. 3-for-4 game from Hotman. Spruce with the win goes 6 2/3. 2 earned. Nguyen with the save. Pearson getting the loss. Player of the game is Stretch Armstrong. Rougarous once again beating the Apex here 6-4. We get a 3-for-4 game from Beauregard, 2 RBI game from Brew. Pitching, Tokiyama goes 6 innings, but the loss and blown save goes to, I think it's Chone, no hands. Not sure how you say that. McQueen goes 6 innings, but win goes to Potato and Salchicha with the save. Player of the game is Coco McQueen. Aviators beating the Crabs 4-2. 2 RBI game from Hard Long. Walker Cato with the win goes 8 innings. McDank with the save. Karamochi goes 6 innings, 2 earned, but the loss goes to Shower Handle. Player of the game is Walker Cato. And a rain delay of over an hour in the 4th inning. That's gotta suck. Vandals shutting out the Supernovas 5-0 here. 3-for-3 game from Westfall and a 4-for-4 game from Taters, but neither can score a run. Vandals, we get 3 RBIs from McMuffin. McQuack with the loss goes 6 innings. Bentley with the win goes 7 1/3. No earned runs, 10 strikeouts. Player of the game. And Yono Boguski ties the PBE regular season game record for strikeouts with 5. What's going on, SD Core? Is something about The Bachelor? I can't tell. Anyway. Stars beating the Voyagers here 7-1. Looking here, we get a 2 RBI game from Johnson. Geese with 3 walks. Wow. 2 RBI game from Meredith. Seaver with the loss. Wokenfuss with the win. Player of the game is a Grover Wokenfuss. Last but not least, we have the Raptors beating the Sloth 6-3. 3 RBIs from McDavitt, 2 from Jax. Arian with the win goes 6 innings, 2 earned. Madison with the save. And Darien getting their first loss on the season. Player of the game is Connor McDavitt. Let's go to the minors. There are no minors games scheduled today. And we have Boise at San Antonio. So we have Ryan Rose, who's having an excellent season with a 1.5 ERA. Looking at the notes. Looks like Bobby Daring coming off back-to-back complete game shutouts, including the 4th perfect game in PB history, joining Con, Fairborn, and Kai in the Elite Club. The perfect game was the best game-by-game score in PB history with a 101. Ryan Rose has allowed only 2 earned runs in their last 23 and a third innings. Andrew Lucas has turned his season around after giving up 15 earned runs in his first 3 starts. In the 6 starts since, he's only surrendered 10 earned runs. Coming into today's stream, the Sloths are 9 wins away from becoming the 2nd franchise to ever reach the 1,200 win milestone. Currently sitting 5th in the league in WAR, Connor McDavitt is on pace to hit 42 homers, which would shatter his career high of 26 from last season. Chris King has finished 2 stolen bases off the league lead last year, but after stealing 4 in his last 3 games, has tied RJ Menard for the league lead at 21. J.D. Jax returned to his first major league franchise this year, albeit in a different city than he's used to. He has struggled in the City of Trees as he is hitless in the last 10 at-bats. Interesting that somebody would call Boise the City of Trees, since that's what Sacramento is also called, and that's where I live. Well, close to. I guess there's multiple places called the City of Trees. It's just interesting. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't doubt you, Taco Shop. I'm just saying that I also live in a city that's called the City of Trees, so it's... Or, well, yeah, in the metro area, I should say. I don't know. I say I'm from Sacramento, but technically I'm not, but I'm close enough. It's like 5 minutes. But it's also called the City of Trees, so it's just interesting. 2 outs here, and a fly ball by J.D. Jax will be out number 3. Shouldn't the City of Trees be like the Amazon? I don't know, it depends, but Sacramento does have a lot of trees. I don't know about Boise. Ooh, a gap shot by Scott Poe. Should probably score a run here. Because they're going to go for a triple uncontested. So San Antonio up 1-0. Looks like the Shadows coming into the game now. As Nick Wilson will get an RBI single. Make it 2-0. Tomato Turtle up the middle. Puts runner in scoring position. 2 on here, 1 out. Sandberg to the third baseman. Steps on the base. Gets the out there. Still 2 on here, but 2 outs now. And Acuna Matata will fly out to the left fielder. Sack is farmed to Fort Capital. I have heard that. I have heard a little bit about that. Sadly, I haven't been able to, of course, try anything out in Sacramento, but I'm looking forward to it at some point when stuff's a little bit more open. I did go to a place that sells it's like a crepe restaurant. But I had a breakfast crepe, which is basically just like eggs and bacon and cheese. It's pretty good. Would I recommend it though? Probably not. Best commentary in the league. I enjoy the jabs. As Camden hits a shot up the middle there, puts 2 on. Eggs Benedict and crepes are awesome. I've never had Eggs Benedict, but either way, I would eat it again, but I probably would not go to that restaurant again. Just, I don't know, not worth it. Towering fly ball by Nick Wilson will be out number 3. What's my go-to breakfast? I don't really eat breakfast because I don't wake up till like 2 in the afternoon. But when I do, usually just like scrambled eggs and bacon. And I like, if I can, I like to have bagels, but we don't always have bagels. And if I'm going to a restaurant, I'll get hash browns or whatever, country potatoes. But I usually don't get breakfast at restaurants. I think the last time I went to one for breakfast was it probably had to be last year, because I remember I had like a 3-hour break between classes, so I drove to IHOP and had chicken and waffles. But that was like the last time. Towering shot by McDowell is going to be caught in the right field corner. J.D. Jackson with 1 out and a runner on first will fly out to the center fielder. Iso with 2 outs. Stolen base attempt by Finreese is going to be safe. But Iso grounds out to the third baseman. Cracker Barrel is dope. I've never been to a Cracker Barrel. I don't even think we have one over here. Although there's one thing I do like about living here more than when I lived in the Bay Area. You miss out on a ton of restaurants in the Bay Area. It's actually kind of crazy. Where I lived, like, if you want to go to do a Sonic, it's like, ooh, Camden is gonna get the RBI there on a single. Anyway, what was I saying? Ooh, 3-run shot by Scott Poe makes it 7-0. Actual baseball happening while I'm trying to talk about stuff that isn't baseball. How dare they? As Bobby McDonald grounds out. Nick Wilson with the walk. What was I gonna say? If you want to go to Sonic, it's like 15 miles down the road. I had no Dairy Queens within like 30 minutes, which I like Dairy Queen a lot. The only Chick-fil-A was also like 30 minutes away. Um, they had no Long John Silver's, which is also a place I like a lot. They had no Arby's anywhere there, and all those places are here. Plus I live, what is it? Now I live down the street from a Taco Bell, a Popeyes, a McDonald's, a Wendy's, a Carl's Jr. Soon there's going to be a Dutch Bros. There's a Papa Murphy's, I think, and a Round Table. And a 7-Eleven. All in like a quarter of a mile. Have I had the shake? I have not gone downtown since I moved here. I would like to, but just like never had time. Or well, I do have time, I just don't go outside, cause, you know, Corona and whatnot. Finn Reese might be able to get a triple here. He's gonna leg it out. Throw comes in, but nowhere close. Still 7-0 here, but a pass ball is gonna make it 7-1. A lot of unhealthy foods on here. I mean, it is what it is. Sack. It's funny, like out of all the places here, the best place is my mom told me about. It's like a place called Winco, and it's like a Walmart, but for like it's all food. There's no like department store section, and I don't know. This place sounds amazing because it's like the size of a Walmart, but it's all food. How is Kashima tied with DV? I don't know. They had a good game last game, so it looks like they're both kind of playing into each other's strengths. Give us the details in that on that order, Mr. Pazuzu. I always find it interesting what different people get, cause like there's always so much on the menu. We got Delphiki in the house. Mr. Rick Hood. Pork lo mein. Interesting. I'm not a Chinese food person at all. Mostly because like I just have anybody who's like talked with me a good bit would know I don't know, I have like issues trying new foods. So like I've never liked Chinese food, but my parents love Chinese food. They order it like at least like once or twice a month. But the one thing I like is, which I miss because the place that we used to go to back in the Bay Area, they had salt and pepper fish, which is like so good. Other than that, like the only thing I like is like wontons. See, I would do that too, Paz, if I could manage it, but like I don't know, man. Every time I try something I don't like I don't know. I can't swallow it. Just like I don't know if it's like a psychological thing or what. Yeah, I have a big problem with consistency too, and like texture. It's like I always hate like eating fruits because like they're like fibrous and they're not like that chewy. They're kind of rough. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but like that's how like my mind thinks. And that's the end of the game here. San Antonio beating Boise 7-1. Absolute takedown. I don't like sweet potatoes either. It just tastes kind of nasty. Looking here, we have a 4 RBI game from Poe. Definitely the highlight of the game. Lucas with the loss. Rose with the win. Player of the game is Ryan Rose, down to a 1.47 ERA. Absolutely dominating. Apex shut out the Rougarous to not get swept, 9-0. 2 RBIs from David, 2 from Dominguez Jr. and McGrath. Pitching, Dangley goes 9 innings, no earned runs, complete game shutout. And Dick Shot with the loss. Player of the game is Doug Dangley. What are you supposed to do with 79k points? You wait till somebody forgets to turn off the channel points in a poll, and you just spam it. Crabs beat the Aviators 8-2 here. Look, we get a 2 RBI game from Sampson, and Kuntz with 3 RBIs, having himself a good sophomore season. Been caught him with the loss. Maddox with the win. Player of the game is Rusty Kuntz. Yeah, I can't do sweet potatoes at all. They're just nastier than anything. Scorpions beating the Foxes 7-2 here, scoring 4 runs in the 7th inning. We get a 3-for-4 game from Lefebvre. Same for Springfield, who gets 2 RBIs. Excuse me. Pitching, Room gets their 9th loss. Barker gets the win. Collins with the save. Player of the game is Ed Barker. Go to the minors now. And Hepcats beating the 66ers 4-3. Walk off in the bottom of the 10th. A solo shot by Simba Thrallers. San Bernardino 2 RBIs from Theeks. 3-for-5, 2 RBIs from Thrallers for Kansas City. Bellinger Jr. goes 5 innings, but the loss goes to Shu. Maple 7 innings, 1 earned. A blown save by LaRue, but the win goes to Richard. Player of the game is Dogwood Maple. Wheelers beating the Dillos 4-1 here. 2 RBI game from Buckley. George III with the win. 7 innings, 1 earned. Carlton with a save. Morgan with a loss. Player of the game is King George III. Look at here. We have Mounties finally winning a game. As I believe they are 2-9 since Sunday or something like that. Pretty rough time. Look at here, we get a 3-for-4 game from Dinkle. Over on the Kingston side, 2 RBIs for Dawson. 2-for-4, 2 RBI games from Tuplan, and that makes up all 4 runs. Ratatouille with the loss. Takahashi with the win. Stevens with the save. Player of the game is Amelia Takahashi. Kingpins versus the Dynamos, and the Dynamos win 8-7, scoring a run in the bottom of the 8th. Look at RBIs. Zach Mouse goes 3-for-5, 3 RBIs for Chicago, but it's not enough. Tsunami going 3-for-4, 3 RBIs for Dallas, and 3-for-5, 2 RBIs from Avon. Leaf goes 4 innings, but Dart with a loss. Nobody on Dallas' side goes more than 2 1/3 innings, but the win goes to Sig Ripper. Player of the game is Johnny Tsunami. Excuse me. My nose is irritating me. What is this? Oh, okay, we have minors games. Cool. I didn't even see this game. I thought this was a majors game, but it's San Bernardino at Kansas City. So both teams tied here 19-16, competing for that Western Division title. Looking at the notes, we have Kansas City and San Bernardino have won the Western Division 5 of the last 6 seasons. San Bernardino is one of only 2 franchises to not win the Miners Championship, despite making the championship the last 3 years. Winston Ingram has been on a roller coaster lately, with his last 2 starts being his best and worst. He allowed 7 earned runs against Amarillo and 1 1/3, and then shut out Kingston over 6 1/3 innings. Same can be said for the Hepcat starter Michael Dion, but he's only had 2 starts this season. 6 earned runs against Dallas over 4 1/3, and a gem in his first career game, 7 innings of 2 earned runs against Anchorage. Matthew Lane is tearing the cover off the ball in his return to the minors. He currently leads the minors in home runs, total bases, slugging percentage, and isolated power. Lance LaRue leads the minors with 7 saves, but he's been shaky as he has 3 losses and a 5.24 ERA. He could be pivotal late in close games, as San Bernardino is only 2 and 4 in 1-run games. Both teams have lost both extra inning games they've played this season. Fairly 66er sided, but we'll have to see how that actually goes. Let's see if I can change the view here. It's super high. I guess there's not a better camera. Okay. Meister Leatherneck stream debut, apparently, so good for them. As no hits here in the top of the first. Simba Thrallers start off with a walk. Nick Marksman, full count, will walk as well. So 2 on here with no outs. Stolen base attempt is going to be safe, so runner on third with 1 out, runners on the corners. Alderson drops that into left field for an RBI. And a double play ends the inning. So Steed's already up 3-0 on Kingston after just half an inning. Typical Mounties game at this point. Straw Lim will ground out to first base. Big Jim with 2 outs will hit a fly ball to the center fielder. The Niners play LA Sunday night. Oh, so we can go. What would that be? 2 and 4 on the season? I don't even know. 2 and 3. As stolen base attempt by JoJo. I think that's JoJo. It's going to be successful. Frias will ground out though. Stop the negativity, Poot. Well, maybe when the team shows they actually want to compete and not put an injured quarterback into a game, maybe I'll care. But, you know, to go from a Super Bowl contender to last in the division, I'm not really interested. We got no defensive backfield. Well, that's something we should have worked on. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. You either compete or you don't. A walk for Thrallers. No outs. Best division in the league? I don't know. I wouldn't say that. LA's not that good unless they magically become young again. And Hodge is going to get hit by a pitch 2 on here with no outs, and Alderson is going to beat out the throw, so bases loaded with no outs. I mean, if the Rams magically became good again, then I haven't noticed. I haven't followed football much this season after half the team got injured. But they weren't that great last season, so Swiss State's already up 7-0 in the third, because that's a typical Mounties game, as Alderson scores. JoJo drops that down the left field line to make it 6-0, I believe. No, 5-0. No, 6-0. Okay, it didn't update. Six to 0 here for Kansas City, as Myth will walk. And Lane will drop that into right field for the first hit of the game for San Bernardino. Runners on the corners, no outs, and Bunty will drop that into left field, scores a run. 9-7 last season, only team with winning record to miss playoffs, and 3-1 so far. I mean, they went from being in the Super Bowl to not even being in the playoffs, didn't they? Or am I wrong? That's going to be 2 RBIs for Riverboat. Make it 6-4. And that should be a tie game. Joe Brady getting 2 RBIs of their own. It's 6-6. Winning record doesn't mean they're bad. Well, I can say they're bad. I mean, what running do they have? Their secondary is a little sus. Aaron Donald, in my opinion, is not as good as he used to be. And I don't think Goff is that great of a quarterback. But I don't know. I mean, Goff is kind of like Jimmy G. They're kind of only good when their running is good. As Alderson's going to get an RBI to make it 7-6. And 2-run shot by Tex Justice makes it 9-6. Al Bunty is going to get hit by the pitch. Feeks drops down to left field for a single, so 2 on here with no outs. Draw Lim up the middle is going to score a run, possibly, and it will. 9-7. Riverboat with a walk, loads the bases with 1 out. Joe Brady to the first baseman, throws second, back to first. That's a double play. And Drew Stewart with a single to right field. baby horse goes neigh. Okay. I don't know what that means. Colts. Oh. I don't even know what the Colts are doing. Are they like good or are they bad? I like never know. Ever since what's his name retired. Andrew Luck, I think. Yeah, I haven't followed them enough as Matthew Lane tying up the game there on 2-run shot, 9-9. What was I gonna say? It's kind of one of those like flyover teams where I just like I don't really pay any attention to what they're doing unless they're like in the playoffs. It's like the Titans. I had no idea the Titans were good until I saw Derrick Henry murder teams in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean I totally don't blame well, that's what I said was I didn't know what the Titans were until they were in the playoffs. I never remember the only thing I ever knew about the Titans was Mariota, and I don't even think he's the quarterback anymore. Actually, no. I remember the Titans because of that guy on YouTube. What's his name? Like T.D. Barrett or something? He was like a massive Titans fan. I think that was the guy. Still 9-9 here. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And strike up by Gonzalez. So still all tied up. We go to bottom of the 7th. Really, like the only teams. Did I know the Lakers won this season? Yes, but I didn't watch the playoffs. Really, the only thing I watched this year, I should say, was the A's. The rest of the teams weren't really doing anything. Because I mean, football ended in February with the Super Bowl, and yeah, I heard the playoffs were good. I just didn't care because the Warriors aren't playing. I don't really want to watch. Really, I don't know. That's about it. And the Warriors weren't even. What are you talking about? The Warriors were one of the worst teams in the league. I have no idea who made the error. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the Warriors were out of the playoffs and the Sharks were out of the playoffs, so I didn't really watch anything besides baseball. I mean, that's, I don't know, might seem like boring opinion, but like, I'm not gonna watch sports if they're not my teams, you know? It's kind of boring. I see why you don't like the Rams. What do you mean? I ain't got nothing against the Rams. I just think that they're overhyped. It's like every team that's in LA is like magically supposed to be good now. Like, it's not like how it works. I mean, I like Goff because he's from Cal. I think, at least. Bottom of the 9th here, 1 on with no outs, but whoa, tag up from first. Okay, that actually might help them out. A line drive for out number 2. And a fly ball. And if they don't fumble it, we're going to have extra innings. Talk about Jimmy G. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that Jimmy G might be injury prone, which I don't know. What can you do about that? But it's kind of worrying me that he's been injured 2 out of his 4 seasons. Which, yeah, it's not great. So they get a runner on, but can't do much else here in the top of the 10th. Still 9-9. You can get him robot legs. I mean, I guess, but yeah, like, he's been injured twice. I don't think his accuracy is a problem. I mean, I'm not going to judge somebody on something like accuracy in an awkward season like this. But him being injured is definitely suspect. And also, same with, what's his name, Bosa. So I remember the whole time Bosa was coming in, they were worried about him being injury prone, and he had a good first season, but now he's... Oh, wow. The throw was there, but they don't get the call. And Hepcats walk it off 10-9. Anyway, what was I saying? Bosa out for this season makes me worried. Anytime somebody gets like injured for like out for the season injury, it makes me think that there's a chance that they're not going to come back and be any good. Or they might be good, but I don't know. He's always going to have those problems now. Look at here, we get 2 RBIs from Lane, 2 from Lim, 2 from Boat, 2 from Brady, 2 from Alderson, 4 from Justice. Pitching Bones with the loss, Richard with the win, despite them going only a combined inning each. Player of the game is Tex Justice. And Swift Steeds win 7-1 here over the Mounties. Just can't seem to score runs. 3 RBIs for Dinkle, 2 for McCollum. Over on the Kingston side, RBI for Kirkby is really about it. Baldelli with the win, goes 6 1/3 shining, gets a loss, goes 2 innings, giving up 7 earned runs with a 12 ERA. Player of the game is Haywood Dinkle. Wheelers beat the Dillos 5-4, 4-for-4 game from Twift, 2 RBI game from King. Carlton with the win, Roach with the save, Morgan with the loss. Player of the game is Sailor Twift. Kingpins beat the Dynamos 11-4, 4 RBIs for Mouse, 4 for Pacone. Robert with the win, Heaney getting the loss. Player of the game is Vinny Pacone. Don't think we have any majors. No. So we have 3 quick sims in a row. Oh man, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay. Toros score 2 in the bottom of the 8th to beat the Supernovas 3-2. 2 RBIs from Carter. Torco didn't go 6 innings, but the loss and blown save goes to Von Adler. Zielman goes 6 innings. Win goes to Dupree. Pizza with the save. Player of the game, VV Zielman. Rougarous beating the Voyagers 5-4, scoring 1 in the bottom of the 7th, despite Voyagers scoring 3 in the top of the 7th. Hilmer with 3 RBIs for New York, 2 RBIs for Sneck on the New Orleans side. Fairborn with the loss. McDougal has 5 innings, but DeMarco with the win. Player of the game is Slithery Sneck. Scorpions versus the Stars, and the Stars shut out the Scorpions 6-0. We get a 2 RBI game from Rose. And then a few RBIs here and there from the heart of the order. Green with the loss. Obama with the win. Player of the game is Barack Obama. Kashima Fox is beating the Sloths 5-4, scoring 2 in the bottom of the 9th. A run-scoring single from Rove to win the game. Can hear Rove goes 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Definitely player of the game. Flowers goes 6 innings, but loss and blows save goes to Shinkansen. Varga also goes 6 innings, but the win goes to Law. Player of the game is Ulysses Rove. No minors. We have, oh wow, all 7 games to go through this time. Okay. Aviators being the Demons 7-4. We get a 2 RBI game from Shu as well as Hard and Long. Pitching, Rays Funk with the win. Farias with the save. Young getting the loss. Klaus Bergen-Cannon's player of the game. Supernovas are shut down by the Toros 6-0. 2 RBIs from Bauer, among others. Baxter getting their 8th loss of the season, yet to get a win. Carsey with the win, and player of the game is Kid Carsey. Vandals and the Apex. Vandals beating the Apex 6-3. 2 RBI game from Ash Dragon. Jabs with the win, Kid with the save. Graham's getting the loss, and J.A. Jabs is player of the game. Voyagers and the Rougarous, and the Rougarous are going to beat the Voyagers 5-4, so Rougarous almost 500. Definitely making their case to be a contender, possibly. 3 for 5, 2 RBI game from Menard. Hilmer with a 2 RBI game. Brew with a 2 RBI game as well. Choate with the loss. Nakamura with the win. Salchicha with the save. Player of the game is Slithery Sneck once again. Raptors versus the Crabs. Raptors are going to beat the Crabs 6-4. 2 RBI game from McDavitt and Finn Reese. Chicken's going 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs as well. Bisquick with the win. Paul with the save. Insider with the loss. Player of the game is Bill Bisquick. Scorpions and the Stars. This time the Scorpions win 7-5. 2 RBI game from Fullman. 2 RBI game from Orem, who goes 3 for 4. Balkan with the win. Collins with the save. Line with the loss. Player of the game is Andrew Orem. And Sloths beating the Foxes here 4-1. 2 RBI game from Matata. Manborough with the win. Windsor with the save. Slepian with the loss. Player of the game is Dude Manborough. Alright. Raptors beating the Crabs 6-4. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Connor McDavitt hit a 2-run home run to send the teams home. 2 RBI game from Kuntz for the Crabs. McDavitt, of course, with a 2-run homer. Urquidez Garcia goes 5 innings, but the loss goes to Turner. Kai goes 6 in the 3rd, but the win goes to Moston, who also had the blown save. Player of the game is Colton Kai. Voyagers beat the Rougarous 8-2. 2 RBI game from Menard. 2 RBI game for Graham Forstian and Nikaya. McQueen with the loss. Slothface with the win. And player of the game is Joey Slothface. Aviators beat the Demons 10-4 here. We got a 3 RBI game from Halen. 4 RBIs for Shu. Jackson with the win. Mitchell with the loss. Player of the game is Izzy D'Alessio. Vandals beating the Apex here 5-2. 4 RBI game from Ash Dragon. 43 goes 8 1/3 2er and gets the win. Kid with a save. Otto with the loss. Player of the game is Jose 43. Scorpions demolish the Stars 16-5. Brutal. 4 RBI game from Orem. 5 RBI game from Cologne. Harry Styles goes 7 2/3, gets the win. Johnson with the loss. Player of the game is Andrew Orem. We have 2 more. Toros beat the Supernovas 3-1. 3 RBI game from Bauer, already at 70 on the season. Meanwhile, not a single player on Sarasota is even up to 20 yet. Spin rate with the win. Pizza with the save. Nut with the loss. Player of the game is Anthony Bauer. Last but not least, Sloths demolishing the Foxes 14-2. 3 RBIs from Sandberg. 3 from Poe. Daring with the win, goes 8 innings, 2 earned, 12 strikeouts, a solid with a loss. Player of the game is Tomato Turtle. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Alrighty. So, next up should be Kingston versus Chicago. And this is where I get to read off all of our embarrassingly awful stats for this season, because for some reason we just played like trash for most of it. Actually, I don't know. I gave Johnny a bunch of info, but he only put down a couple of things. I'll actually go through my notes that I wrote because, yeah. Well, all right. So, where are we gonna go with this? All right. So Orion Kirkby they got the platinum stick for right field last season, and they've improved this season, having an OPS of 800, now up to an OPS of 1 this season, 1.0 something. I don't know exactly, but yeah, basically they're hitting very well this season. If you can see, I don't know, we'll show it. Yeah, hitting 1.107, excuse me. Billy Greer is the only pitcher, or actually only player, active player on the Mounties who was a part of a championship team. Mounties are 1-7 in one-run games, 2-10 versus left-handed pitchers, while being 8-12 against right-handed pitchers. Specifically against Chicago, the Mounties are tied 4-4 against them. After today's stream, the Mounties will have played the Swifties in Chicago 12 times each, but they have only played any other team 4 times. After being pitcher of the month in May with a 1.16 ERA and 5 starts during that month, Mazeroski's last 2 starts before today combined for an ERA of 15.63, and the top 3 of Kingston's rotation have all averaged an ERA of over 15 in their last 2 starts before coming into today. Okay, where's my... That's what I wanted. We'll start out with a ground out by Dawson Jr. Jimbo Slice up to bat will strike out. Orion Kirkby now. Will ground out to the second baseman. Parker Beecham, I guess, is how they want to be called. Will start us off with a single. Zach Mouse now will strike out. And a slow hit is going to allow the runner to just walk past the fielder. Okay. A walk for load the bases. Strikeout by Vinny Picone. Big Chungus will ground out to the second baseman. So, loaded bases, but not able to score. We'll have Chili Gravy up to bat, who has been cold for whatever reason this season. Hits a hard line drive down the right field side, will for a double. Toot Bland is going to walk on a pitch that was very outside. John F. Kennedy, line drive to the left fielder. So 1 out with 2 runners on. Stretch McGibbon, it's a fly ball to the catcher. Gelati is going to hit a towering fly ball, and that's going to be a home run. make it 3-0, Kingston. And Emmanuel Brewer will ground out to the shortstop. D. Cesar up to bat and is going to get thrown out by the pitcher. Spike Suzuki down the third baseman, throws to first for out number 2. Excuse me. And Alex Frank grounds out to the shortstop. So 3 up, 3 down. Mounties on top, 3-0. Peter Dawson Jr. is going to be up to bat first. Full count. And he's going to hit a single into left field. Jimbo slice. Stolen base attempt by Dawson Jr. and he's going to get thrown out again. I don't know why I even set myself to steal when I've been thrown out 5 times and only been allowed to steal 4 times this season. Apparently I just not good enough for it. As Chili Gravy will fly out. I don't understand how some people with 50 stealing can get 20 stolen bases. And I've had like 4. As Zach Mouse will get a single here with 1 out. Keith Lee will strike out. Runner steals on the strikeout. And they're going to be successful. Alex Roach, though, will fly out to the shortstop. Tuplan will be up to bat. And he hits a fly ball to center field, which will be caught. John F. Kennedy hits a gapper towards right field, center field area. Kind of in the middle there, and he gets a double. Stretch McGibbon with a runner on second. 1 out. Will advance the runner. Gets thrown out second. Gelati. Fly ball should be out number 3, and it is. So, stays 3-0. Kingston in the lead. .25 steals with 50 speed and 50 stealing. I mean, yeah, I don't know. If I'm under 50%, it seems kind of pointless for me to even use it. And 3 up. No, that drops right in front of the fielder because OOTP. And Suzuki will ground out to the second baseman, though. And it stays 3-0. Emmanuel Brewer up the middle for a single. Peter Dawson Jr. up to bat next. And he'll fly out to center field. Jimbo Slice is going to strike out. So 2 outs here. Kirkby, hot hitter, up to bat. And he'll drop that in the left field. Puts runners on first and second. Chili Gravy, cold, but he has a hit in this game. And he's going to ground it to the third baseman, but drops the ball. It's an error, so bases loaded with Tuplan up to bat. Tuplan. Diving catch by the left fielder. Sells out for it and gets away with highway robbery. Saves about 2 runs at least from scoring there, maybe 3. Alex Frank in front of the catcher throws him out for out number 1. Parker, I don't know, is it Beauchamp or Beecham? Somebody's going to have to tell me that. Gets a single. Zach Mouse. Stolen base attempt is going to be safe. Mouse will strike out looking. Keith Lee hits a fly ball to right field, and that's out number 3. So still 3-0. All 3 runs scored in the top of the second by Kingston. Kennedy grounding up to the shortstop. McGibbon grounds out to second base. Gelati now. Gelati will hit a high pop fly towards left field, and it's caught by the center fielder. So 3 up, 3 down. It's Chicago's chance again. Alex Roach is going to hit a solo home run for the first at bat. 3-1. Vinny Picone hits a towering fly ball to the warning track in right field, but it's going to be caught for out number 1. Big Chungus hit a shallower fly ball to right field. With 2 outs, Cesar is going to fly out to the left fielder. So they get a run on the solo shot, but it's still 3-1 Mounties. As we're going to have Brewer, Dawson, and Slice up to bat. Brewer will start us off with a ground out to the shortstop. Dawson up to bat. And he'll walk on the full count. Jimbo Slice. Stolen base attempt. This time they're going to be there. Slice will strike out. Orion Kirkby up to bat. Kirkby up the middle. That should score a run to make it 4-1. And it does. So RBI for Kirkby. Gravy will fly out to the third baseman for out number 3, but they do get the run on the single by Kirkby. Spike Suzuki. Fly ball to the center fielder. Strikeout for Alex Frank. Two outs, full count for Beecham. And he'll hit one up the middle for a single. Mouse. Stolen base attempt, and they're going to catch him. So, not able to put anything together there as the runner gets thrown out trying to attempt to steal. 4-1 with Tootbland. Strikes out on a ball very outside. Kennedy hits a towering fly ball to center field. That's caught for out number 2. McGibbon! That's going to be a home run, and it's 5-1. Emmanuel Brewer's going to get hit by the... No, Gelati got hit by the ball. Brewer with a single down the left field line, but a fly out by Dawson will end the inning. But Kingston scores one more to make it 5-1 here. Bottom of the 8th. Chicago down by 4. Going to start off with a ground out to the second baseman by Mouse. Keith Lee is going to walk. Towering pop fly by Roach for out number 2. Vinny Picone is going to hit a ball into right field for a single, puts runners on the corners. And Big Chungus will ground out to the second baseman for out number 3. So Mounties pitching, holding on in this game. If only this could happen in more than 1 out of 10 Mounties games, that would be nice, but usually not the case. As Kirkby is going to hit a single up the middle with 1 out. Gravy up to bat. Gravy down the line in the left field. That might score a run. Runner from third is going to hold up. Double for Gravy. Tootbland with 2 on here and 1 out is going to score the run on a... I don't know what you call that. A sacrifice ground out, I guess. John F. Kennedy with 2 outs will strike out. But Mounties up 6-1. Last chance here for Chicago. Fly ball for Cesar to start us off. Spike Suzuki. This time a fly ball to right field for out number 2. Full count for Alex Frank. And he's going to walk. Parker Beauchamp with a single. OOTP doing that thing where it doesn't like to end minors games off until there's been at least 2 hits. And finally, Zach Mouse hits into the fielder's choice. And Mounties win this game 6-1. Okay, and here we got 3 for 5, 1 RBI game from Kirkby, 3 RBIs from Gelati on the home run, 4 for 5 game, from Beecham or Bochum, I don't know how you say it. Greer with their first win on the season, going 6 innings, 1 earned. Wooler with the loss. Player of the game is Billy Greer. If that ain't the most accurate thing ever. Well, what's that, Bauer? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it doesn't like the end minute. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've been up like 4 or like 5 runs and the team will score like 3 or 4 runs just to make it like a 1-run game in the bottom of the 9th. And it's just like, why? Why does this have to happen every time? Dynamo's beating the Swifties 2-1. 2 RBIs from Pluto. You need to calm down, getting their first loss on the season. Win goes to Stefan for Dallas. Johnson with a save. Herbie Farnsworth, player of the game. Wheelers walking off the 66ers in the bottom of the 10th, 5-3. Finelli won the game, homering off of Sean Anthony Zich. I don't know how you say that. 3 RBI game for Myth. 2 RBI game for Finelli. Peking with 2 RBIs. Miller goes 7 innings, 3 earned. Shu goes 2 innings. Zeech with the loss. It's so annoying when you're on the other end. Yeah, it's terrible. Font goes 8 1/3, 3 earned, but the win goes to Carlton. Player of the game is Leo Entertainment Font. Dillos beat the Hepcats 6-2. We had a 2 RBI game from Lowit Joe. I don't know how you say that. Sims with the win, Hammersmith with the loss, and Sims is player of the game. Don't think we have any majors, right? Oh, we do. Okay. Scorpions beat the Stars 18-5, scoring 10 in the top of the 6th. 3 RBIs for Love, 3 for first name, last name, 4 for Orem, 3 for LaFleur. Pitching, Barker gets the win. St. Brown getting the loss for Nashville. Player of the game is James Love. Lefebvre ties the DVS regular season game record for bases on balls with 4. And Slothby and the Foxes 12-6. 4 RBIs from McDonald. Rose with the win. Rune getting their 10th loss of the season. Bobby McDonald's player of the game. And we have quick sims from here on out. We have a minor league quick sim coming up next. And Kingpins, of course, will come back to beat the Mounties 6-4 this time. Somehow I managed to go 0 for 4 again, because I just can't hit for whatever reason. But Gravy gets 3 for 4, so good for him. On the Chicago side, 2 RBIs from Lee and 2 from Roach. Mazeroski with the loss goes 5 2/3, 5 earned. Went from having a 1 ERA last week to a 4 ERA this week. Gonzalez with the win, and their player of the game. Hepcats beat the Dillos 4-0. 1 RBI each from the 2 through 5 batters. Sandwich with the loss, Maple with the win. Dogwood Maple is player of the game. Dynamo shut out the Swifties 4-0. Only 1 RBI in the game, though. I guess there had to have been an error by, it looks like Dinkle on State College side somehow affected the game. Tam with the loss, McDonald with the win, and the save goes to Styles. Player of the game is Flame McDonald. Last but not least, Wheelers beating the 66ers, walking them off in the bottom of the 10th 4-3. Looks like Joe Burrow is a single to win the game. Bunty with 2 RBIs for the 66ers, 3 for 5, 2 RBIs from Fisher, 4 for 5 for Twift for Anchorage. Daly with 7 1/3 innings, but the loss goes to Zeech. I don't know how you say that. Again, Roach with the win. Player of the game is Will Fisher. Shouldn't be any majors. No. Or, well, there are majors today, but yeah. PBE Quick Sim. Apex beat the Toros 10-8. 4 RBIs from Hood, 3 from Dover. Tokiyami with the win, Pleasance with the save, Pearson with the loss. Player of the game is Rick Hood. Ugh, my throat's starting to get really dry now. I'm glad we're kind of done with games, but gotta do all these box scores. Sloths beat the Stars 8-4. 4 RBI game from Khan is the highlight. Blue Line getting the loss, going 7 2/3, but 8 earned. Ooh, that's rough. Flowers with the win, Dugan with the save. Player of the game is Roberto Khan. Last but not least, we have Raptors beating the Demons 2-1, walking off in the bottom of the ninth. The Chison Boom hit a run-scoring single to win the game. 3 for 4, 1 RBI game from Sabor, and of course the walk-off by Chison Boom. Vaughn goes 7 1/3, 1 earned, but Chadwick with the loss. Arian goes 6 1/3, 1 earned, but Paul with the win. Player of the game is Ricky Vaughn, despite the loss. Don't think there are minors today. No. We'll start with the minors here for July 4th. Wheelers squeak out a win against the 66ers, 2-1. A bunch of multi-hit games, just 1 RBI for the 66ers. Looking here, we get RBI for Antonelli, RBI for Peking for Anchorage. Bellinger Jr. goes 5 2/3, but the loss goes to Bones. George goes 5 1/3, but the win goes to Wright. Roach with the save. Player of the game is Kyle Bellinger Jr. Mounties lose another game 4-6. Just can't seem to get a win to save their lives. For whatever reason, team is I forgot what number was it where it's just been really bad. We're like 6-22 since we had a 500 record. That's what it is. Yeah, we were 6-5, and ever since then we've gone 6-22. Just a very unlucky season for whatever reason. 2 RBI game from Gravy, so he seems to be warming up, but not enough to help get the team a win. Mouse gets 2 for 4, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs for Lee, 2 RBIs for Frank. Takahashi with the loss. Leaf with the win. Goes 7 1/3, 2 earned. Dart with the save. Player of the game is Ivy Leaf. Dynamos beat the Swifties 7-4. 3 RBI game from Dinkle, 3 RBI game from Fox. Ratatouille with the loss. Lassie with the win. Their first win in the season. And Johnson with the save. Player of the game is Colin Lassie. Last but not least, Hepcats beat the Dillos 10-4. 3 RBI game from Armstrong, 3 RBI game from Marksman, 3 RBI game for Frias. Morgan with the loss, Dion with the win. Player of the game is Michael Dion. Oh, let me go back. Majors. Let me just go back. Okay. Toros beat the Apex 7-2. 5 RBI game from Carter. Dangley with the loss. Zielman with the win. Carter, player of the game. Oh, and it's going to go back every time now. That's annoying. I'll just run through these like this so it doesn't mess up. Vandals walk off the Rougarous. Lomu, player of the game. Win goes to Ripspod. Lost to DeMarco. Supernovas shut out the Aviators 1-0. McQuack with the win. Cato with the loss. Pozo with the save. McQuack's player of the game. Crabs beat the Foxes 5-1. Kermoshi with the win. Varga with the loss. Handel with the save. And Kermoshi's player of the game. Scorpions walk off the Voyagers. Collins with the win. Graves with the loss. And Grand Foreskin's player of the game. Despite the loss. Sauce beat the Stars 12-3. Manbro with the win. Johnson with the loss. Dazoo, player of the game. And Raptors beat the Demons 8-1. Lucas with the win. Spruce with the loss. And Lucas is player of the game. Okay. Crabs beat the Foxes 5-2. 3 RBI game from Morimura. Crab with a loss. Handle with the win. Turner with the save. Player of the game is Dorothy Morimura. Vancouver Vandals beat the Rugers 5-6, scoring 4 in the bottom of the 7th. We have a 2 RBI game from Gibbles as well as Shidderme. Loss goes to Potato. Win goes to Johnson Kid with the save. Aiden McDougall is player of the game. I don't even see that name. Oh, there they are. They're the pitcher. Okay. Despite the loss. Aviators shut out the Supernovas 13-0. 5 RBIs from D'Alessio, 4 from Swift. Bencada with the win goes 9 innings, no earned runs, complete game shutout. Torkelton with the loss, and Swift player of the game. Mr. Beebs scriving with Twitch Prime. Toros beat Apex 7-5, scoring 2 in the bottom of the 8th. 3 RBIs from Michael David. Over on the Cancun side, we get 3 RBIs from Bauer, 2 from Steele, 2 from Hotman. Loss goes to No Hands. Win goes to Pizza. Player of the game is Kit Carsey. Goes 6 innings, 2 earned. Voyagers beat the Scorpions 10-4. 4 RBIs from Gonzalez. Fairburn with the win. Graves with the save. Balkan with the loss. Player of the game is RJ Menard. Sloths beat the Stars 3-1. 2 RBIs from Stan Antonio. Wokenfuss with the loss. Daring with the win. Shikansa with the save. Player of the game is Bobby Daring. Rain delay of over an hour in the 6th inning. Raptors beat the Demons 10-2. 3 RBIs from Iso. 4 from Alderson. 2 from King. Young with the loss. Bisquick with the win. Player of the game is Lonnie Anderson. Anderson. And I don't know why I said Alderson. I meant Anderson. Not good. And once again, Mounties come up short. Only winning, I think, 1 game this sim. Kingpins win 6-3. Yeah, I've been saying it, Gucci. We've just been completely unlucky this year. Can't buy a win to save our fucking lives. Excuse me, but I'm getting really pissed at this point. 5 RBIs from Roach on 2 for 3. Okay. Shining goes 3 innings, 6 earned runs, has an ERA of 12.67. Robert with the win. Esquitas with the save. Player of the game is Alex Roach. Wheelers beat the 66ers 2-0. RBI from Derek Jeter and Fisher. Ingram with the loss. Rogers with the win. Carlton with the save. Pat Rogers is player of the game. Hepcats beat the Dillo 6-3. 2 RBIs from Alderson. 2 from Washington. Lewis with the loss. Hammersmith with the win. And LaRue with the save. Player of the game is Mark Washington. And Sistides beat the Dynamos 4-3, despite the Dynamos scoring a run in the bottom of the 9th. 2 RBIs from McCollum and 2 for Alomar. Win goes to Rodriguez Jr. Jada with the save. Johnson with the loss and the blown save. Player of the game is Ian the Igloo. Sloths beat the Stars 8-3. 4 RBI game from McDonald. Obama with the loss. Rose with the win. Player of the game is Bobby McDonald. Raptors beat the Demons 3-1. 2 RBIs from Doctor. Mitchell with the loss. Kai with the win. Mosta with the save. Player of the game is Colton Kai. Toro shut out the Apex 7-0 on just 1 hit. 3 RBIs for Bauer, 2 for Munson. Otter with the loss. Spin rate with the win, going 8 innings, 0 earned runs, 12 strikeouts, but also 4 walks. That's a little rough, but doesn't matter. They only give up 1 hit, and they're player of the game. Aviators beat the Supernovas 7-2. 2 RBIs from Kane, 3 RBIs from Halen, 2 from D'Alessio. Baxter with the loss, Funk with the win, complete game, and they're player of the game. No minors today. It's an off day completely. And we have one more quick sim all. Scorpions beat the Sloths 7-5 in game 1 of this Titanic bout. Turtle with 2 RBIs, Fullman with 3 RBIs, Flowers with the loss, Styles with the win, Lung with the save. I am Fullman's player of the game. And Demons versus the Foxes. Foxes take game number 1, 5-1. Excuse me. Stone with 3 RBIs, Vaughn with the loss, Usala with the win. Stevie Usala's player of the game. Dynamos versus the 66ers. And 66ers win 11-2. 2 RBIs from Myth, 2 from Bunty, 2 from Lim, and 3 from Gonzalez. Farnsworth with the loss, Miller with the win. Player of the game was Danny Gonzalez. Mounties and the Hepcats. And Mounties lose another one run game, 2-1, in typical Mounties fashion. Can't buy a win to save our lives, and I don't know why. Just like, even in a close scoring game, we still lose. I don't understand. Maple with the win, MacArthur with the save. Greer getting the loss once again, despite going 7 2/3, giving up only 2 runs. Player of the game is Dogwood Maple. A rookie out pitching a capped pitcher, but just being petty at this point. Swift Steeds shut out the Wheelers 5-0. 2 RBIs from Josdoff. 4-4 game for Preston. Font with the loss. You need to calm down with the win. Rodriguez Jr. with the save. Player of the game is You Need to Calm Down. Dillos score 4 in the top of 9th to beat the Kingpins 6-5. 3 RBIs from Bubbles. On the Chicago side, 3 RBIs from Keith Lee. Hammer with the win for the Dillos. Dart the loss and the blown save for Chicago. Player of the game was Jack Bubbles. And I think we already did the majors ones, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, so somebody wanted to see the minors standings. Looks like right now the 4 teams getting in would be Hepcats, Wheelers, Swift Steeds, and Dynamos. Everybody kind of behind. Chicago 1 game ahead of the Dillos, but for 5th place, basically. Well, actually, no. I forgot how this works. I don't know. It's nice how the Wheelers go on a win streak after they had a worse record than the Mounties, and the Mounties have won like 5 games and lost 20 since then. But it is what it is. Just seem to struggle this season.